Good afternoon, glory, hallelujah to you. What the hell's your story and what's going through you? I'm Pat Renwick. We are here live from the Forrest Wood Cup. Yes, day one of the Forrest Wood Cup. Can you guys believe that this is actually happening right here, right now? This right here, this guy right here.
Hi.
You might know him as old Poppy Socks.
You might not,
or the cinnamon sugar stick. But I know him. I know him as Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. Yeah, that's Ryan Popcorn Whitaker right there.
Pop Daddy.
Old
is
Pop
actually
Daddy,
what
yeah.
I've been called.
Old Poppy
Daddy.
Socks.
Yeah.
This guy right here, he owns a franchise that you may or may not know of. He's the heir to the Donut Throne. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman right here, FLW Tour Pro, Luke Dunkin. Luke Dunkin.
Donut.
He's the donuts.
Yeah.
Eat them up.
Yeah.
I've never heard that
Thank
one
you guys.
before.
Thank all you guys that are out here.
That was super,
right now.
super original.
Thanks, Mom.
To make the donuts.
And these Eisenberries taste like Eisenberries.
They do.
Because
Special formula.
because Gene Eisenmann is here from TH Marine, creator.
Amphibia.
Hydrowave. He's got
the guru.
He's got his fingers in everything.
He does.
You know what
shut
I'm up. Wait a minute now. It's
a lot of stuff.
It's a family show. It's a family show. Of course, the Ginger Ninja, Andrew Ellenberger, is here. He is here.
Ginge.
Yeah, and JP High, the hip-hop fisherman. He's hip-hopping over there.
With the excellent stash.
He's got a new name. It is an excellent stash. I mean, it is. Brian the Carpenter told him last night that he looked ticklish on the air. He looks very ticklish.
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't know how you look ticklish, but
it's just a look. It's a certain look. We'll pick out people in the crowd later that look ticklish.
That guy right there.
That guy's
Mark
ticklish.
Copley was striking as ticklish. He looked like he didn't
He's
enjoy
waving
that.
like he wants
Hey,
to
Mark. He wants a tickle.
Hey, guys, come on, man. The excitement is in the air. The buzz is all around us.
Good crowd.
Yeah.
Really, for the first day, the kickoff, Forrest Wood Cup, this is kind of a big deal, guys.
It is.
It's kind of a big deal here.
It is. Huge deal. And last time we were here, South Carolina showed up in masses. We were talking about this earlier. This place will be packed out on Saturday and Sunday. But for a Friday, a lot of people roaming around kicking the tires right now.
No cabe duda, as they say at TH Marine.
Yes, that's actually our company slogan. I'm probably going to need to Google that. Siri.
That means no doubt about it.
Okay, there we go. Without a doubt.
Yes, without a doubt. And Gene, how are you feeling?
I feel good.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm ready to sell some stuff.
What's your safe word?
Kapow!
That's a terrible safe word. I'll be honest.
Did I mess it up?
It's cacao.
Cacao!
It's kind of hard to just slide that in there.
Chris Jones.
It is. Wow.
Chris Jones is here.
He's right here.
Wait.
Wow! Come on, dude.
I mean, but seriously.
Show us your safe word.
Show us your safe word. Cacao!
Give me your two best safe words.
It's all about fun, man. It's all fun, stew and giggles dumplings right here at the FLW Forrest Wood Cup. And you know, let's get to the focus here. There's a big derby going on. There's what's going on? Because I've been lost in bass fishing talk show host land.
They're catching them
I don't
right
know.
now.
Are they catching them?
3 or 4 guys are, looks like always. But Gene and I have been in TH Booth land too. but the last update I got was Brandon Cobb's got like over 18 pounds. And had that pretty quick. So you know, he drops that in here today. He could limp.
He's dropping
the next
the bomb.
2 days. Yeah.
Larry Nixon's got 16 plus.
Yeah,
Does
the
he?
general. That's awesome.
Wow.
To see. That's cool.
We know that, and that's a perfect little segue there because, Luke, you are a bass fishing history freak.
I do love it.
I mean, you really are, and you as myself, as Ryan Popcorn here, we're bass fishing freaks. We've been surrounding and immersing ourselves in bass fishing for years. Años, as they say.
Yes.
At TH Marine.
See.
See what you have to do.
Stuff I didn't know about.
We'll tell you what you guys say.
Tell me a brush with history of bass fishing that you have had personally. I know you get in your line of work, you being involved with TH Marine, you being a professional bass fisherman. It's kind of like we've had this discussion off camera, off air, that it's you still kind of get
the jitters.
You kind of feel like a little kid when you meet some of these guys, man.
And we talked about this from time to time, but you get jaded, not in a bad way, but you get used to being around. Oh, hey, there's Kevin Van Dam. He's here. And you're just kind of with him. And Gene and I have talked about this before, but there are still those guys that you're like, oh, hey, there's Larry.
And that happens to you too, doesn't it, Gene?
That happens. What's funny is my past career, I got to play golf with Donald Trump. Nothing celebrity-wise ever.
Name dropper.
Yeah, see how he does that?
Trump, Stone Phillips. No, a bunch.
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yeah, that
excellent.
Guy. Yeah, the Karate
Kid.
But I swear to you, nothing really phases me. But when my phone rings and it says Kevin Van Dam, I'm like, oh, I collect myself not to talk to.
And then you just go, cacao!
Something like that. I don't know. I use my safe word so I can calm
Yo
down.
quiero, something that Pat would
no
say.
No cabe duda, Kevin.
There we go.
That's right. But I mean, it's pretty cool, man, that, for all of us getting to meet some of our, for lack of a better way to put it, heroes.
No doubt.
We really do get to hang out with some of our
There's
heroes.
no other way to put it.
These are the most approachable, quote, heroes you'll ever meet.
It is.
It's
Jimmy Houston.
Oh, he's coming on next. Jimmy and Forrest Wood are coming on.
I can't believe I'm friends with Jimmy Houston.
Right,
I'm like, wow.
Jimmy Houston follows me on Twitter, which freaks me out.
That's awesome.
A little bit, But that's cool. And he'll talk to me in person, kind of like my granddad does, about maybe you shouldn't put that on the Twitter. Maybe that was a bad idea. You shouldn't put that on the Twitter.
He's like, this barbecue pork did bad things to me on Twitter, and then
Jimmy's like, hey, maybe not.
We don't need to know.
We named a fishing spot Jimmy Houston.
We did. Ryan and I were fishing out on the Cal Sag, and Jimmy calls me, and it's like, I'm like, it's Jimmy Houston, and then I couldn't get the phone in time because I kept missing this one fish. So I really was dumping Jimmy Houston's call. I confess.
On the air.
That doesn't even sound right. Shh, don't tell Jimmy.
You big league.
So anyway, Ryan's like, that wasn't Jimmy, and I'm like, yeah, it was, dude. So I call him back, and Ryan throws in and catches my fish, and I got Jimmy on speakerphone, and Jimmy just goes. He took my fish. Popcorn stole it right in front of me. But the whole point of it is, man, what other industry can you be involved in? Like, let's say you're in rock and roll, and or it's like, oh, hey, Mick Jagger.
Doesn't happen.
It's not going to happen.
Doesn't happen.
It's
layers of people in between you and Mick Jagger most of the time.
Hey, Mick Jagger,
for probably safety reasons, right?
Yeah.
Because Mick Jagger doesn't want me just full on bear hug. This beard's a lot.
True. True.
Because I would go all in.
He would have to sanitize after that.
It would be an uncomfortable experience for Mick.
I mean, what's up, Daryl Dawkins?
Yeah, doesn't happen.
I threw an old NBA reference.
You did.
The Chocolate Thunder.
What's up, Brian Dennehy?
Yeah. That. But tell me a personal story, man. You got a pretty cool story. You and I have talked about it on the phone before, and you actually get commended by a legend of the sport whenever he sees you for this heroic thing that you did.
So 2001, I saved a guy on Wilson Lake in Alabama. Long, crazy, drawn-out deal. But after, it was a whirlwind of just, won a couple of awards, U.S. Coast Guard Silver Life-Saving Medal, and a couple other things. But the coolest thing that happened in the entire thing is I'm literally in bed at my apartment, sleeping in, being lazy because I don't have class. I'm in college at this time. The phone rings, and I answer the phone, and as soon as I say hello, can we speak with Luke? Hey, you got him. This is Ray Scott and Bob Cobb on the phone. And I went.
You're like, yeah.
And I went, okay, click.
It was both of them?
It was both of them on the phone.
Oh, my God.
And I thought that somebody was screwing with me, and the phone immediately rings again, and I said, yeah, Luke, this is Ray Scott and Bob Cobb. And I said, oh, hey, because I really caught the voice. But that day, Ray wanted to come up and see where this took place, where this heroic act, whatever you want to call it, he wanted to go out in the boat and see it. And, at the time, he was just bored, I'm sure, obviously, but he thought the story was cool. So he comes up, and we did like a photo shoot thing for his website. And on his website to this day, it says, Luke Dunkin, an unlikely bass fishing hero. And for years after that, I'd be walking through a show, a classic or whatever, and he'd go, here comes my hero.
Dude.
And I'm like, I'll take that. I'll take that. So for me, a kid growing up watching the TNN Bassmasters,
right?
The
old school Bassmasters,
and getting to meet Bob Cobb and be around him and Ray Scott, it was pretty damn cool.
So say you're awesome. Dude, a phenomenal story. I mean, it was, seriously, that's like, and that is here in the memory bank forever.
That's right.
Getting a call from Ray Scott,
yes,
for saving somebody's life.
Yeah. The only other thing that I will say, and Ray did this for me too, in that time frame, was George Herbert Bush sent me a handwritten letter to my house congratulating me on doing that. And in the letter it says, my dear friend Ray Scott was telling me about your heroic act. Wow. And I've got that framed in my house. But dude, President Bush sent me that. So because of Ray Scott, two of the coolest things that'll ever happen.
That's a conversation piece.
Yes, it is.
No doubt about it.
I used to carry it to bars with me, but it never didn't work.
Did it work? Did you get any? Or
no, it didn't happen. They were Democrats.
Hey, Gene, you can't just say, hey, I went golfing with Donald Trump without talking about it a little bit. I mean, did he grab anybody by anything? Or
God, that's horrible. No, you know what? I used to always play the Celebrity Pro-Am in Lake Tahoe every year, and they pair you up with Rondé and Tiki Barber and stuff like that. So I was with Donald Trump, and he's got this image of being this mean, tough character. But he's a statesman. When you're sitting there with him, he's cool as crap. He would sit here and cut up with us the same way we're cutting up.
So just like a normal dude.
Yeah, totally.
Can he hit the ball?
Yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
But my coolest story, because that didn't impress me. Okay.
This guy.
Mic drop.
No, my coolest story is when we were fishing a Bassmaster on Ross Barnett. And I was doing real well. I was in second place, and I was going down the dam, and I saw Paul Elias.
Okay.
Now, Paul's my hero, man. All
the
the
nailer
worm
and reeler.
stuff. Yeah. And never in my wildest dreams as a kid did I even think I would get to meet him. But I was fishing along, and I wanted to go around him, but I was out of courtcy. I said, hey, Paul, you mind if I go around you and then keep on going? And he says, no, you can't go. What do you think? And I was like, okay, my bad. And then all of a sudden he says, oh, Gene, no, go in front of me, man, if you have to.
Then you threw him some cough drops.
Yeah. But Paul Elias yielded to me.
Wow.
And that was that's one of the biggest days of my life, when one of my heroes, as a child, was, showed some courtey the way he would.
You know who wouldn't have done that? Denny Brower.
Me.
Yeah. Jeff Creed.
No.
He would say, hey, this is a community hole, and you're not in the community.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not part of the community.
Classic. So Paul Elias, he cordially said, oh, you're
Gave
Gene.
you some water.
Well, as a professional, we all know if somebody's leading or really has a good chance or something like that, he didn't have a good first day. So out of courtesy, he just said, come on through, buddy. But the fact that he knew me, and I don't know, it was a surreal moment for me, and I'll never forget that. So that was my brush with fame.
Dude. Let's talk TH, man. What do you guys? You have a TH Marine booth here at the Forrest Wood
Awesome
Cup,
looking booth, by the way.
and all kinds of new products. Tell us a little bit about what's going on. What are you highlighting over there at the TH Marine?
Well,
booth?
I think Gene brought the one that one of the products that we're most excited about, especially in the tournament world, and that's the new conservation coal, the G-Force conservation coal.
Yeah,
nice.
And we entered this best of show at ICAST, and just all of these states and tournament organizations are going to. You cannot penetrate, cannot puncture. Right there, no puncture culling systems anymore. So we've worked hard in trying to, we had a really successful culling system with the G-Force culling system, but it was a stringer clip on the end. So Gene's actually responsible for this design. Gene and Greg Bowie from TH Marine both came up with this. It's a simple design. This slides back, goes over the fish's lip. You slide this down, and it's on there. And then with our system, you have your culling beam, and you actually pull the fish out of the live well, and this hangs from the beam, so you don't have to move the fish anymore.
Right there.
It's all one system.
It's right there.
And then I see you can hang weights from it as well.
So you're
got
catching
those
fish deep. Yeah, in the summer, there are some weights out there they actually attach to the fish, which if we're trying to go conservation-wise, you don't want to, really hanging off the fins. So we molded in a spot where you can just drop these weights. They got little clips on them, but just another, conservation item.
There it is.
Awesome.
And you
we tried
designed
that
this?
out on Pat's
Just
lip.
Gino.
Yeah,
Gene and Greg.
Carl Jochimson and I traveled for years together fishing the opens and stuff, and we just I couldn't poke a fish. And it cost me time and effort, and then we found a few other culling systems that were non-penetrating, but they just fall off and everything. And I was like, man, I need to get something that's actually going to work. And I was at Lowe's one day, and there was some woodworking stuff that kind of had a cinch down, but it wasn't like that.
Okay.
And it just got my head spinning, and then by the time you get your head spinning and Greg Bowie's head spinning, you're going to get something accomplished.
Right.
And that's what we
You're
came
an
up
idea
with.
man.
And that's really strong too. I mean, a lot of the other clips I've seen are weak, but I can't get that apart. That's
Well,
awesome.
if you saw the
This is a
Bassmaster
QVC show now.
from Bassmaster Live up at Champlain, Crete was culling smallmouth, big smallmouth all day
4
long,
pounders,
hanging them on the beam, hanging off of that conservation cull. Smallmouth going nuts. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really it works. I've used them all year. Of course, haven't culled as much as I would like to this year. That's why I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Next year, though, right?
Yeah, dude.
Next year.
We're
going to use the hell out of those culling systems.
Yeah, you're just going to put them to the test.
Yes.
But I mean, you said it right there, though, too. You really wish you were out there, and
Yes.
of course you do. You're
Yes.
a competitor. That's why you do this. You not only
Yes.
love fishing, but you're a fierce competitor. What have you done differently, Luke? That you're going to change. What are you going to change next year and do differently to make sure you accomplish this
Man,
goal?
I don't know. That's a weird one for me because I simplified a lot of things this year in my approach and my system. Because when you break it down, and we've talked about this, a lot of baits that used to work, don't work anymore, and I still got 40 box of plugs in my boat with treble hooks. And if you look at Andy Morgan, Scott Canterbury, some of these guys, Wesley Strader, they're weighing in fish on single hook lures all the time. Right?
Always.
They never, I mean, Andy's sponsored by Livingston, but I dare say he rarely weighs in anything on a bait with a treble hook. He
Spinnerbait jig.
Yeah,
Spinnerbait jig.
Chatterbait.
Chatterbait,
Chatterbait, and
jig.
they're shaky head every now and then. But truly, so I really tried to focus on that this year. But man, I hate when people say this, but I just didn't get the breaks this year. And that's how it goes. I mean, there were several times I was in the area where it went down, and it comes down to a bite or two between you and other guys, and it was that year all year long. So as far as what I'm going to change next year, I don't know, other than maybe this fall spending some time at a couple of the lakes that I don't know as well that are close to the house, doing some more homework, a little bit more pre-fish, because with TH, unfortunately, and fortunately, I've got a really good gig there, and I'm busy.
Yeah,
the
always,
springs,
dude.
our spring's the busiest time, so I'm going and seeing boat builders. So I can't go. Some of these guys leave one tournament and go to the next place if it's not off limits and set up shop for a week. I don't have that luxury. So normally I get the 3-day practice period to figure out a new lake, and it's tough sometimes. So maybe other than just go spend some more time pre-fishing this fall, I don't know what I would change. I mean, I like the way I fish, and I like the techniques I like. So.
You feel confident, though, what you're doing.
I don't think it was anything. It was just kind of a weird year,
Dude.
And you're developing, dude. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
it.
like
You're-
you've been
yeah,
on the
yeah,
pro
yeah.
side for
No,
10 years.
and-
I mean, you see the progress. You
Absolutely.
see-
Exactly. It's
see-
it's progressing. And I use the analogy of a seed to a tree constantly.
Yeah.
We start as seeds, little bambinos,
That's right.
and we grow. And, dude, I have high hopes for you, if that means anything.
It means more than you can ever realize, because there are a lot of people that tell me that a lot, and I'm fortunate, like we've talked about, to have friends like Andy Morgan of the world and these guys that are like, dude, you just got to put your helmet on and keep going.
And what a mentor.
Right. And like Swindle, I talk to Swindle after every event, and he's like, dude, if you were finishing 160th of every single event, I'd probably call you and go, hey, boss, go back to selling boat parts, because he would, right? But he goes,
Right.
you're one bite away at every event,
Right.
and I can see it. And he goes, and it's the difference in a 90th and a 20th.
Sure.
And a lot of times with our guys, it is.
And you have to stay.
It's just a mojo
You
thing.
have to stay
It is.
positive up here.
That's right. That's right.
So
So
there's no doubt about it, man. Okay, what's the secret stuff that TH is working on? What's the top secret stuff that you
Oh,
can't talk
man.
about, but you're going to
Can't
talk about it
this
right
stuff.
now?
Yeah. Let me tell you what, we're working on a lot. There's no
we're working
idle
on a lot.
Give us
bodies.
some dirt.
Big
Spill
one.
it.
There's no idle bodies over there.
I'll
know,
throw
so-
you this nugget. I'll throw you this
Throw a
nugget.
nugget at us.
And it's going to be
Cacao.
it's going to be the most vague nugget you're going to get today. We are working on something right now that will only rival the Hot Foot as far as one of the most innovative safety products that TH Marine has ever created that could change the entire game, and I'll leave it at that.
Wow.
But I will
That's
say
a
this,
huge statement.
You could see it by January.
Worldwide.
Worldwide
Wow.
by January.
Can you guys come on the Straight Cash Show and
We can.
and
Yeah.
debut it?
We're going to want to show it. It's going to be,
Not on Low Budget Live.
come on now, LBL. At Luke Dunkin.
Hashtag LBL.
Hashtag.
Your show.
It's a safety product, you say?
It will be for boating safety,
Okay.
but it's going to be something that will not only be bass boat relevant.
Is it a cockpit
It's a cockpit.
with an ejector seat?
It is.
Look into that camera.
Rocket booster.
Look into that camera. Right
this one
there.
here.
Yeah, both of you guys, right there, into that camera.
Okay.
Right.
I'm staring right into it.
And tell us, it's going to revolutionize bass fishing.
It's going to revolutionize bass fishing and boating in general,
Worldwide.
Awesome.
worldwide.
worldwide. Guys, thank you.
And I don't say that light.
Thank you so much for coming on and
Thank you for
and
having
clowning
us.
around. It's cacao time.
Cacao.
Ciao.
Ka-chow. Who said ka-chow?
I mess it up every time. You know what, though?
Shaka.
Your Spanish has impressed me so much. I want you to say goodbye in Spanish.
Adios, pendecos.
Oh, my gosh.
It really got to me. I got all the feels right now. All the feels.
That means hi, fellas, in Spanish.
Yeah, that's exactly
That
what
means
that means.
my real good friend.
Before we go, I'd
Yes,
just like
sir.
to say I've seen several ticklish people that have walked by that we
That's
haven't pointed
right.
out.
Hashtag ticklish people
Yeah.
at the FLW Cup.
I've seen it.
Cacao.
Gotta find my feather.
Guys, you guys are awesome. Seriously. And thank you for everything that you
You
guys
bet.
do for the Straight Cash Show,
Thanks,
man.
we love it.
Yeah, thank you so much. And we're here all weekend together. So maybe we
Tip
can
your
make
waitress.
yeah, tip your waitress.
Come see
Hey,
us.
Get no respect.
Come see us. We have an awesome booth with all our products and everything. A lot of people don't know
see
what
us.
TH Marine actually sells. We got hundreds of different items that we actually sell, and you
Selling
can look
here.
at them in the booth.
You can buy
buy
it
'em here.
right here
Yeah, you can buy 'em
physically.
here.
You
Hey.
come in to see us, you buy your way out. That's the only way it works.
And no
Yeah,
matter where
yeah.
you are in the
It's like
world, you can
Vegas.
get a plane ticket here for $95 each way. And then if you show them your voucher from the airline, they'll give you 40% off TH Marine products.
True story.
Yeah.
True story.
So you can do that and take advantage of it.
LVL Airlines.
LVL Airlines. That's Low Budget Live Airlines?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Worldwide.
Worldwide. Guys, thanks so much.
Thanks.
We'll
Thank you,
see
guys.
you over there, and I'm looking forward to the weigh-in today.
No doubt.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man. We're going to have a good time over there.
I'm just gonna walk up there and act like I've got fish
When's the next LBL?
tonight.
Act like you got
Tonight, we're planning on doing it again tonight.
From
So,
where? Same
Probably the Blue Marlin.
from the
Nice.
Blue Marlin
We're,
again.
we're talking about it. We're gonna say we've got to talk with them is the biggest thing.
They'll let you
Friday
do it.
night.
You tipped her good, right?
Patio live.
I think $15.
15 bucks on a $780
Nice shiny
bill.
nickel.
I mean,
Hey, are you going to have James Watson on?
again?
James
Did you say
Watson.
Jane Watson?
Jane
Yeah.
Watson? Is that like his alter ego?
James.
Is that him after
It
the
is.
operation or no?
Nah,
Caitlyn Jenner version of James Watson.
I think
Jane Watson.
I think he's going to try to put a restraining order on me from saying worldwide so much
Okay.
because he feels like he owns that.
Well, we'll confront that. We'll do this
We
live
should
on the
work-
air.
we should
Now,
work
I
that
hope
out.
James doesn't come back. I hope he's fishing Sunday. But
Yeah.
if he does, we're going to get
Yeah,
both
I
you
hope he's
guys-
fishing Sunday,
I hope
too. I
he's
love
fishing
him.
Sunday.
So.
But if he's not, we'll get him over here and we'll get to the bottom of this live
Hash
on the
it out.
air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would like to see blood drawn.
He
It's
is a
that
mas-
cow. It's
Let me
that
say-
cacao. It's that kind of bass fishing talk show.
He was a master sergeant, and I'd rather not scrape
Did-
with James.
Have you ever
Watson.
seen when he drills sergeants on
Yes.
the Straight
Yeah.
Cast
Yes.
show?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Told me to wipe
Yeah.
my face off my
Yeah,
face.
he's scary.
He told him to wipe his face off his face. How do you even do that? What does that even mean? Guys,
still looking it up.
Thank you. Appreciate
All right,
it.
you bet.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
We'll see you over there.
Thanks, guys.
Cacao. Hey, Straight Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television, put the power poles down. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, it's Mark Copley and Billy McDonald from Strike King. See you in a minute.
You got.
Welcome back to Straight Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television. I'm Pat Renwick. Ryan Popcorn Whitaker. The festivities continue live from day one of the Forrest Wood Cup. It's Friday. I think it's Friday. It's Friday round, right?
Correct.
Yeah. It's something like that. And we have a couple of guys here that are no strangers to the bass fishing world sitting next to me over some longtime compadres I have with me over here. Ladies and gentlemen, FLW Tour Pro Bill McDonald and Mark Copley, the brain at Strike King. Wow.
That's a stretch.
Yeah.
That's a big stretch.
He's a brain at Strike. That's your new slogan.
I've been accused of having one sometimes.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Mark?
It depends on the day.
Depends on the day. You guys are, Billy, you're here promoting all kinds of stuff.
Yep, like I said, if you don't catch enough fish, you got to come here and work.
You got to come work. You got to do your job.
But that's part of the world. That's what makes the world go round.
It is, and we work in an industry where that's possible.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not all about catching fish. It's about being able to sell product as well. So
sure,
that's what we're here
Straight
for.
up.
We're here to help promote and try to sell what we're here.
And you guys are over at the Strike King booth.
Absolutely.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Just about a good pitch or a flip from here.
Right, yeah, a long-distance pitch.
Yeah.
I'd say that's about what we got going on right there.
Clear water pitch.
And we're getting pictures taken of us. You got to go like this, guys.
That's
when
a
you get
world.
pictures
That's a
taken.
world famous Ron.
It's
Wong.
the world famous Ron Wong. You cannot trust him. Well,
What's he
can't
gonna
walk,
do
but
with
he can
these
take
photos?
pictures. Oh, they'll be on the internet tonight.
Okay.
they're available for purchase later.
He's going to be doing that. There he goes. That's outstanding. The Strike King lure booth, man. What's new at Strike King? I saw some pretty cool things that you guys released at ICAST. I want to get right to it, man, because you got some good stuff coming out right now.
Yeah, and you're right. We just had ICAST down in Orlando, kind of the middle of July. Product is starting to get into the stores now. It's we're 1st of August, getting ready And probably by the end of August, everything will be in the stores. But one of the really cool things that came out is the new 2.75 Rage Swimmer, which fits in nicely here at this lake. I mean, it's a perfect. It's a little small that you can fish on a jig head, either open, you can fish them on just an extra wide gap, but go with a smaller hook. And it mimics a bait fish perfectly.
It's right there, and that is, I mean, and forgive me for saying that's a Kitech type bait, swimming type bait.
Similar.
Yeah, similar too. Yep. Now, ask me, Mark, what bait excites me the most about that you released at ICAST?
I can answer that one. That's a 4.0 square bill.
that's a good one. That is a good one. But
you like square bills?
I do like square bills. I love them. I love them. But here's the deal. The flippin' blue color Rage Bug.
Oh,
yes.
Oh my gosh. I know, how simple is it? It's the Rage Bug, tried and true. Love it. Catches fish on anything behind it. And I don't mean this to sound like an infomercial, but it does. That Rage Bug catches fish behind a jig. It catches fish on its own. It catches fish on a chatterbait. It catches fish on a swim jig. But that color blue, it has a dear place in my heart.
You
know,
can't
the
go wrong with flipping blue.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the Rage Bug is that it hasn't taken over the Rage Crawl yet, but they're starting to become neck and the Rage Crawl is probably one of our most successful soft baits that we have.
Yeah.
But the action on that bait is just insane, and you can fish it in so many different situations: saltwater, freshwater, smallmouth, largemouth. It works everywhere.
It really does. And one of the subtle nuances of the Rage Bug that I see is a lot of times with the rodent type bait, you get the glide, okay, and it's more of a subtle presentation.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we know that. Rodent's been around forever. That beaver style bait, it's phenomenal. The Rage Bug, to me, and a lot of people I don't think realize this, that it excels in some dirtier water conditions where that rodent seems to fail because of its subtlety. Do you guys agree?
Absolutely. Well, you've got the Rage Tail flanges on there that not only do they create action, but with that action comes vibration, which the fish can feel.
Well,
a lot of water displacement.
And the cool thing about the Rage Bug,
get on up there, little Billy.
You put it on your trailer, and everybody just hooks it so it's flat out. That works fine. But don't be afraid to experiment with that thing. Turn it sideways. You're on that vibrating jig?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Rose was doing that, right?
Yeah, affirmative.
You see how reluctant he was there?
But same deal on a swim jig. You can turn that deal sideways and get those legs going the opposite direction. And there's just so many different things. It'll be the number one bait seller we have, I'd say, before long.
It's super versatile. I mean, I sincerely believe that's probably one of the most versatile soft plastics in the line.
Pat, did you notice the difference between what I would say and what Billy would say?
Yeah, because you just give it straight.
I'm going to tell you everything you want to know.
Yeah, he's sandbagging over here. That's what McDonald does.
But if I had to go out and take one bait, if you had to take me in that booth and I had one bait to go fish with, I'd take a Rage Bug. You can do so much with that bait.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Texas rig it. You can Carolina rig it. You can drop shot it.
You can.
I know that sounds crazy.
No, I got you.
You can cut it in half.
Jonathan Van Dam's probably cutting one in half right now.
Size it down.
And size it down for the drop shot. If you don't want the full bait, cut it in half.
Put it on swing head.
Is that how you guys started that soft shell?
Yeah, the half shell.
The half shell.
Exactly.
You cut the rodent in half.
Cutting the rodent in half.
Yeah.
And I'll give credit where credit due. That was Zona and KVD.
Wow.
Zona copied it off KVD. So.
Well, he kind of copies everything off the.
Yeah, doesn't he?
That's not a bad guy.
Even has the same
hero.
Even buys the same belts.
They really do. They're starting to look kind of GQ, aren't they?
They are. They're wearing Armani and stuff.
See, he had to have twins just like Kevin did.
Yeah, okay, you got twin. I got twin.
The other thing about those baits, your baits smell delicious too.
Yeah, coffee scent.
I don't even. I mean, when I'm hungry in the morning, I open that bag. It's like, oh God, I got to get food now. But tell the story. I know you've probably told the story a bunch of times. But what's the story behind that coffee scent? How did that come about?
Well, the guy that was working for the company that pours our soft plastic was up north, and he was fishing, and he had just finished off a cup of coffee, and there was some grounds in it, and he threw it in the water. Well, fish came up and started nibbling at it.
You was chumming them.
He was he didn't know he was chumming them, but he was.
Accidental chumming. Yeah.
So he
Sometimes
got to think,
chumming's not good, though.
that's a different chumming.
Okay.
But he went back, and when we started making the coffee, and it's exclusive to our baits, and it's incredible. There's a story about Greg Hackney being on Oneida, and he was fishing with the coffee tubes, which is one of the original baits that coffee scent was in. And he noticed that the bite fell off, and he smelled, and this is a true story. He smelled his bait, and it did not smell as strong as it originally did. So he took it off, put it back in the package, and grabbed the fresh one out, put it on, and they started biting again.
Wow.
Crazy. And,
It's just-
and Hack don't BS.
No, he's not going to sit there and tell you all this. He's going to tell you exactly what happened.
He did tell us that he saw a chupacabra when he was on our show,
Yes.
though.
Yeah, but we don't know what he may have been drinking after.
It's true.
And we don't know what his definition of a chupacabra is
It's a
either,
mythological Mexican werewolf
That's
creature. Yes. He swears he saw it.
But you have to spell it to see it.
He couldn't. Hey, guess what Hackney said that if he had a chance to catch a great white shark, how he would want to catch it?
Probably.
Flipping.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. He wants to cross one's eyes.
Flipping a plastic seal.
With the hack attack jig.
I did that with the Goliath grouper, and it lasted for about 3 seconds, and then he figured out he was hooked, and then more was on.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit last night with Brian Thrift at the red carpet event, but have either of you guys ever had a chance to go fish for exotic species, like on the Amazon or anything like that?
I have not fished for exotic, but I have fished a lot down in the Everglades.
Okay, sure.
Down in Venice. Absolutely, one of my favorite things to do is saltwater fishing. I've been 90 miles out fishing for big yellowfin. I don't know. There's just something about it. It's hard to explain till you go out there, but you get in that blue water and you can see 75 foot down. Wow. It excites you.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you don't know. There's a mystery there.
You don't know what might bite.
You have no idea anything about saltwater fishing. It could be any fish, anytime.
And those fish tug a little bit.
There is nothing like a yellowfin tuna.
Do they eat rage bugs, yellowfin tuna?
I'm still
I
eating
bet they do.
anything they
Okay.
want.
Kinda
Everything
thought
eats
so.
a rage
I
bug.
kind of thought so.
Now, we caught them last year. Actually, we were sitting in 3,000 feet of water on an oil rig, and we're looking at the electronics, and you could see the tuna in 275 feet, and all of a sudden see them streaking up.
Wow.
We were floating herring on top, and the guy goes, "Turn around, watch him eat." And he did. He come up and ate it. And he goes, "Here, it's your turn." He handed me the rod.
That's no drop shotting.
No. It's brutal. It's brutal.
I want to go to the Amazon. Wouldn't you guys want?
That's a bucket list for me. I'd love to
me
go
too.
do that.
Brian Thrift was scared about it. He didn't want to go.
There's
Too many
nothing to be
bugs.
scared
No,
about.
he said he was scared of spiders.
My brother's been twice to the Amazon,
Now I've caught peacocks. I've caught them in South Florida.
But they're not the same.
Not the 20-pounders.
Yeah, not 20 pounders. I got a 9.6 was my biggest.
I'd
but-
love to throw a big top water and catch a
Dude,
peacock.
amazing. They would hit that sexy dog.
Oh, they
Absolutely,
would eat a
they
sexy
would.
dog.
Crush it. Absolutely crush it. Now, have you ever done it? Speaking of saltwater fishing, have you done like snook or tarpon stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. I mean,
There's nothing like seeing one of them big silver kings come flying up out of the water.
and on the top water too. It's
Yeah,
like
on a wake bait.
yeah, you throw a damn bowling ball in the water and
Throw a wake shad out there and watch them come up and eat it.
just crushing the deal. I mean, it's outstanding. Now, you guys are here. You're doing some promotion for Lucas too, correct?
Correct.
The best stuff ever. And again, I'm laying it on the line. I don't care. I'm laying it on the line. The Slick Mist, dude. It's phenomenal. I love it.
It's the best product ever made. That's probably our number 2 seller that we have is this Slick Mist product.
That's another one that smells really good.
It does. It smells like, what is the smell? It smells like juicy fruit gum.
It's good.
Yeah.
It tastes good too? Did you try it?
It's not bad. And
All right.
actually, like I said, there's a lot of different things you can use it for. It's good to clean your boat. It's good to clean your cars.
Copley uses it like Febreze, I heard.
You
Absolutely.
can use it for
Clothes.
Febreze.
Yeah.
If you forget your deodorant,
Yeah.
a couple of squirts, you're good to go.
I don't know if this is recommended, but it cleaned off my screen on my graph really well too. I tried. I don't know if I should be putting it on there, but it worked great.
Line conditioner. Spray it on
See,
there.
you said that. Is that?
You thought I was kidding you.
Yeah, I did.
No, I had a guy come up to me at a show and he goes, I need to buy some line conditioner that you make. I go, we don't make line conditioner. He goes, yeah, you do. And I go, no, we don't, sir. I said, I'm pretty sure of what we make. He goes, I want to call my buddy. He said, my buddy's a fly fisherman And he said it's the best line conditioner ever. So he called him, and it was actually Slick Mist.
Wow.
So
That's all water-based.
it's a water-based product, and like I said, it will work.
Now, Mark, are you still doing a lot of the filming for the television shows?
Not as
Your
much.
production company?
When I first came to Strike King, I came as a shooter editor, and then when Chris Brown left, I moved into the marketing position, and
Gotcha.
I actually get to do more in front of the camera now than I did behind the
All
camera.
right, I've
which
seen you.
I like that a lot better.
It's less responsibility, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, like guys like these that are producing stuff over here, that's a lot of work.
Oh, it is, and it's stressful. I mean, you've got to get this shot, you got to get that shot. This has got to work. Oh Lord, I just missed that shot.
So who's filming like the Strike King Journal and stuff like that now?
Mark Manus is our in-house producer that
Gotcha.
He films and edits and handles all of our video needs and does a great job. He's worked for some of the best in the business. He did Mark Soson's Saltwater Journal.
Sure.
He filmed with Bill Dance, Larry Nixon, Orlando Wilson. That's going
Wait,
back
now
just
what
Where
happened?
is-
What happened to Orlando? We don't know. Do you know? Please tell me.
I have no idea.
He's 100 years old.
No,
But-
he's not. Nobody knows
not
what
that
happened to
old.
Orlando.
He's still in Atlanta.
But do you know that for a fact?
I know that
because
for a
nobody,
fact, yeah.
we had this as a theme for many shows, and nobody could figure it out. We really
like,
tried.
where's Waldo?
We tried to Google it. We heard that he got captured by the mafia. That was one of the stories that we heard. And he woke up with the horse head in his bed. We heard that, and then they
I did not do that.
Yeah, that wasn't you.
No.
that wasn't.
That was someone else.
But do you know for a fact he's still
Yeah.
in Woodstock over there outside Atlanta?
Tom Mann had talked to him last year. Tom and I talked about it, and he'd had a call with Orlando.
But why
so
did
he's
he
still
drop
around.
out? He just
Faded off into the
He
sunset.
Jim Morrisoned himself
There
into
you
the
go.
bass fishing history.
Yeah, the greatest theme song too.
It
He
was.
really did.
It was phenomenal. What else is? What other shows? Strike King has another television.
We've got
show.
two shows
Yeah,
that
Fish
we
Hard.
produce. Strike King's Fish Hard.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a deadliest catch approach to editing,
Like
where
it.
we'll hit 3 or 4 different places and go all over the country and show you. We may be out in California with Cody Meyer on. What's the name of where the big spots are? Bullard's Bar.
Bullard's Bar.
It
The
might-
big spot
might be out on.
Did you know I named Cody Myers bass, and he never gave me credit for it?
That doesn't surprise
It's
me.
Choo
Cody.
Choo Snoog and Fatty Magoo. That was the name of the world record spot.
It's probably because he couldn't spell it.
Yeah, he had trouble with it. Yeah. I tried Slubberdigullion, and he wasn't going for that one.
Cody's a little slow.
But no, it's a cool approach, man. I love the show Fish Hard. You do a little, it's like boom, boom, boom kind
And
of
you'll
show.
find there'll be redfish, crappie, walleye. Yeah, it's a chance for us to do other species, which we're in those markets also. So it's really a cool way to highlight a bunch of lures and show people. And our motto is to educate, entertain, and inform.
There it is. Boom, right there. You guys are awesome. Billy, great job with everything you do, man. I mean, I see you everywhere. You're promoting.
I work.
Yeah,
That's what makes the world go around.
That's what you do.
He'll be in Michigan next week filming for us.
Yeah.
Are you? Where are you going?
We'll be at Lake St. Clair. I'll actually leave here Sunday night or Monday morning and drive straight to St. Clair.
What's on the plan for St. Clair?
We'll be doing some drop shots, some Carolina rig, and a
coffee
deep
tube.
jerk. So
Are you dragging a little bit?
we might be
You
dragging
going to do a little bit of dragging out there?
Be some big brownies is what we're going for.
Ginge, give him some spots. Give him some dots, would you?
I can use them. I was up there last week, and they caught pretty good. Weather wasn't real kind, so hoping for a little smoother weather this week.
You ever fish the banana? It's a spot.
Just don't leave it in the boat.
No bananas in the boat. So
And Mark, thank you for your brains.
Well, you may be the first person who has ever.
I appreciate your brains, man.
that's still up for debate.
You guys are awesome, and we'd love to have you come sit in again.
Hey, we
as
think
the,
you
as the
guys
weekend
coming to the
progresses.
FLW Cup here. This is
Yeah,
new
absolutely.
for you
This
guys.
is
We,
awesome.
and
we
this
are
is
honored to be
awesome.
invited here because I mean, we're just nobodies, honestly, that get to talk to pro bass fishermen every week, and we have a damn good time doing it.
Well, somebody needs to do it, and we're glad it's y'all.
Yeah, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
And I got a great idea here. I think we should all cross it off our bucket list and go on an Amazon River fishing trip together.
Sign me up.
Paid
I'm
for
down
by
with
Strike
that.
King.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how we
thanks
do
a lot,
it.
guys.
I'll talk to John Barnes about that.
I thought you'd never offer.
John can go too. Look.
Wow. how we do that here? Guys, thank you so much. And we'll have you on again here before the weekend's over. Sound good?
Appreciate it, Pat.
Thanks
you,
for
man.
having us.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Stray Cast Outdoor Cartoon Television continues momentarily. We're going to put the power poles down, take a little break, and when we get back, it's Legends, Jimmy Houston and Forrest Wood. Please stay tuned for this one.